I believe there's a hero in all of us.
You have great powers, only some of which you have as yet discovered.
I'm a superhero, Mama.
A real-life superhero.
The world needs extraordinary. We will make you a superhero.
Are you ready to become a hero?
Initiating surprise in 3.
This
2
is
1.
The Real Brian Show.
Wow, happy Thanksgiving for those of you in the States, and for the rest of you, whatever, man. Whatever. Happy Friday. It's Black Friday. Wait a minute. It's Black Friday. This is going to be crazy. Do we have any like celebrity tramplings or anything going on today? I don't know. But we've got a lot to be thankful for. And oh my gosh, what are you thankful for? I'd actually kind of like to hear your thoughts on this. Have you actually taken time to say out loud what you're thankful for? Write it down. Honestly, this is good stuff, you know? Helps you have a better life. Just saying. Now, another thing, I guess I should say this. I'm thankful for Captain Influence, who I haven't heard from in a week. Actually, it's been kind of bizarre. Hopefully he's okay. And I'm thankful for Caffeinatrix, who I heard had a mental breakdown, but that's okay. And I'm thankful for you. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I really appreciate it. So much to talk about, so let's rock it. All right, well, welcome to the Real Brian Show. I'm the Real Brian. Captain Influence. Oh, hey! Are you still in the shuttle? That fighter, dude? What are you doing?
I told you your stupid teleporter was out of batteries. I've been stuck with this same outfit for a week.
You've been living on the case of non-alcoholic beer,
but I still have non-alcoholic beer, and I'm very drunk. So yeah.
Huh. Okay. Well.
Don't ask.
Caffeinatrix is back.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Really?
I'm back.
It wasn't actually funny to mention.
My mental breakdown.
You had a mental. It's actually not funny.
We're going to make it funny, Brian.
We're going to make it funny because Thanksgiving gave you... Did you have to cook for everybody? Is that what happened, Caffeinatrix? You had to cook like this giant turkey, and then you had to carve it, and then stuffing, and you accidentally left the heart in there?
Oh my goodness. Wouldn't that be the worst? No, actually, this is my first Thanksgiving not being home.
Oh.
I'm sorry for that.
Well,
that's awful.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Thanksgiving isn't my favorite holiday, so
it's not.
I've recovered from it. No.
Okay.
Of course.
You're not a thankful
Christmas
person.
Eve, honestly, is
not
Christmas Day.
Yeah, totally.
You could teleport up to this shuttle with me, but that would be a little weird. I'm not sure. I'm not sure Nico would appreciate it, and I know my wife wouldn't, but she's still wondering where I'm at.
I've been trying to hear from you all day, but finally, like, you just called in. I'm like, there you are, man.
Man, I'm on the last non-alcoholic beer, by the way, Brian.
Look,
so
I've been wearing the same shirt all week long. Okay, I decided not to change either because in honor of I don't even know. But anyway, happy Thanksgiving, all.
Yeah,
y'all.
You too.
Hey, look, I like Thanksgiving. I like being thankful. It's a fun holiday. It's kind of the entrance into the Christmas season too, which I'm a big fan of. So it's time to start pulling out the Christmas stuff. Some of you have had it up for 6 months already,
or never took it down from last year.
Never took it down. Yeah. I do the white lights, on our front walk area. I do that in November, but today's the day that I like, the inaugural flip the giant, Ghostbusters switch. And it's like, and all the Christmas lights come on and all the ghosts go out and fly around because
That's
I accidentally.
That's how it should be, Brian.
Yeah.
People who decorate as soon as it hits November, there's still a holiday between Halloween and Christmas. I just can't get behind it.
Yeah. Or what about, no offense, but what about that December 26th? Everything is taken down and put away.
You're about to offend somebody. Wait, you just did.
I just did, but it's like March. I'm just trying to understand the mind behind that because, well, okay, Caffeinatrix, you and I talked about this. We had a video chat. Was it 2 years ago? No.
Oh my God.
Was that 21? That was in 2021. I remember this because you're like, dude, we got to catch up on video. And so we did. And you were in Savannah or no, you were home. That's right. But it was like, nobody was getting together because of COVID. That's what it was. And I was like, oh, your tree is still up. And it was like mid-January. And I'm like, so is mine. This is great.
Honestly, it stays up. We decorate so late that by the time Christmas is over, it's been up for like a week. We just keep it up through like March. But by then I'm usually gone, so I don't have to help put it away.
I'm a big fan of decorating. Like right now, it's like the weekend of Thanksgiving, everything's up, and then you keep it up until, sometime in January or February, March.
We know what you're doing after the show then, right?
Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. We're going to go flip the switch, man. It's one of those, they did that. So you know how they turn on all these lights down in the Old Town area and it's beautiful. And it's like, come to the flip the switch, ceremony. And I'm like, is it one of those, you know what I'm talking about from Ghostbusters where it's like that, you're that giant metal switch and it's like you see the electric arc fly everywhere.
Don't do that.
And it's like all the lights go on. No.
Have you been to it?
It's not. It's just like literally someone somewhere pushes a button and you don't even know about it and they just turn on. That's it.
It's still so magical though.
It is. Oh, no, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I know. We need the giant switch with the electrical arc.
Well, speaking of switches, I just found out that Cincinnati gets a Christmas tree downtown.
What?
Like Rock Center
Dude,
in New York.
Yeah.
It just got here like a few weeks ago. And I think today actually is when they're going to flip the switch and light it all up. So I'm hoping to go because I think it's going to be a magical moment. Very Christmassy.
See you in a couple of hours.
Make it happen.
Yeah. You got an extra room we can stay in tonight?
Yes.
We'll just fly over.
Speak for yourself.
Captain
dude.
has a spaceship. He's all set.
I might, if Brian would let me control the dang thing, I might hover over your city and check it out. But,
yeah, then you wouldn't have to find parking.
I didn't realize you've been stuck in the studio this whole time because the ship is in the studio. So, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Hey, but I do have a superhero. You want to hear about a superhero moment real quick? Does anybody care about superhero?
Sorry, I was distracted by the comment you made. What? Yeah.
Yeah. Superhero moments. All right, I got another one. This is really cool. So practice
makes perfect.
Yes, and at band practice, actually. So there was this conversation that was going on, and I'm not going to go into details at all, just out of privacy reasons. But it was a fascinating thing that this one of the singers was talking about her husband, and husbands through some pretty tough times in life, and of course, as people do, we love to judge each other and we love to, beat each other up and do that kind of thing. And it frustrates me. But she was pointing out that one of the guitarists was really welcoming to her husband, open arms, no judgment, just that kind of thing, trying to help him out and do some stuff. And I was just like, and again, the story was significantly more in depth than that, but I'm listening to this story and I experience people who they go through life, they go through tough times. People ignore them. They're down and out, they ignore them. They go through something, they make a mistake. People get critical, they judge, and I just get so tired of that, but when you hear of somebody who comes around another person, regardless, and just says, dude, I'm here for you, man. I'm going to help. It's like, that is so awesome. Yeah. It was like almost a tear jerking moment. And again, I can't go into the details of it, but it was really neat. Captain's crying, I know, but it was really cool. So I just wanted to,
that's all it is.
I want to shout out and just say there are some awesome superheroes in this world. I know they're few and far between, but they're out there and we talk about that,
There's a lot of them.
Love, value, and respect the next person as best as you can. And that is exactly what happened in that moment. And it was amazing. So
awesome.
Booyah.
I love
it. Speaking of superheroes, I told you guys last week that I was going to talk about, I threatened this actually, that I was going to talk about Black Adam and my thoughts on Black Adam.
Yeah, please.
So we already know your thoughts. You guys thought it was okay, right? Just it was all right.
It was a cookie cutter movie, but it was well made. Yeah. I will give it that.
And Caffeinatrix, you were mentioning that Dwayne Johnson needs to learn how to act.
DJ.
I'm kidding.
I didn't say that.
She didn't say that, Dwayne.
He's actually a great actor. I really enjoy watching him, and he played this role really well because I was thinking about this and going, this was a very different role than his roles in the Jumanji movies, for example, which I really appreciated that. So the smoldering moment. All right, Black Adam.
He didn't really have many lines though.
Yeah, he did not talk very much.
No, but his looks were good, really and the way he did things, it was good. It was pretty cool. I mean, that's how I would shoot lightning out of my hands, but hey, good job. All right, so Black Adam thoughts here. I'm going to do this non-spoilery, of course, but I wanted to chat. I got to tell you guys, I actually really liked it. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Good.
So I know you guys are thinking, it's okay. I loved it. It was action-packed. It was interesting to me. I thought the story was actually kind of fun. It was a little weak at times, but there were parts of the story where I was like, this is actually really good. I loved how they tied it in with the Shazam storyline too. Granted, keep in mind that when I saw Shazam, I was with your mother.
That's right.
I love Shazam. I love that whole idea behind it. The movie was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then right after the movie came out, there was a comic series that came out, which I don't read comic books really, but I'm like, I want to read these. And I did. And I was like, this is really good. And I got a little bit of a background into the Shazam storyline and kind of the whole Council of Wizards and all that good stuff. And so I thought, this is fun. So I was excited for Black Adam for that reason. And I think they did a nice job kind of tying it all together. And I also loved how Black Adam kind of grew throughout the movie, which was nice. So again, non-spoiler, I'm not going to go into details, but the criticisms, let's just get into that. It had that, this just drives me crazy because it's so 2013, like get over it kind of thing. The typical DC slow motion scenes. It's like, and I'm like, enough guys, enough. That's overdone. So, whatever.
They're fast to me because of all this non-alcoholic beer I've been drinking all week. So
that's true, man. Yeah. But anyway, that and then the typical shoot first and ask questions later kind of thing. It's like, oh, there's a misunderstanding. Why? Well, because nobody wants to listen to each other. So my question is, does anyone actually want to step back and listen to what anyone has to say and then maybe understand where that person's coming from? Oh, and then maybe we can kind of go, hey, okay, we're actually kind of on the same page. Or should we just continue to make assumptions and judge people based on absolutely no insight and or fact, which, by the way, goes back to what I was saying about that superhero moment.
Yeah, I agree. I agree that we shouldn't do that.
And I agree that they should stop doing that in movies because if they had just gone and talked to him and found out what was going on, there would have been no movie. But anyway, it was still interesting.
But then if that phenomenon were common, then like Cobra Kai would have been boring, right?
True. And
that's all Cobra Kai was one misunderstanding after another.
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
That's true. And also frustrating because I'm like,
it was
oh
very
my
frustrating.
Gosh,
yeah. Like, why did you say that? Yeah, exactly.
Why did you take it that way? Anyway. All right. A couple of other things though. The soundtrack was good. The cameos were good. The use of specifically Dr. Fate and Hawkman. I enjoyed that. I'm a big fan of Dr. Fate. There was some things they've done with him in the past that I really liked. So that was good. So I recommend it. I think it was better than most of the DC movies so far. But, not as good as the first Wonder Woman. Shazam, I mentioned. I just love Shazam. And of course, Shazam was so different that it's what it is. I don't know, but it was up there.
I liked it better than Wonder Woman.
Really?
But I like Wonder Woman way better than Black Adam. So,
no, that's what I'm talking about, is that it wasn't.
I like the character Wonder Woman a lot better than the character Black Adam. But
gotcha.
the movie Wonder Woman, both of them, I didn't like that much.
Well, the second one was not as good. But anyway. That's good. It was still fun. All right. There's a movie, let's see. It is out now. Came out this week. And I didn't know about it, but somebody was talking to me about it called Devotion.
Oh, yeah. I saw a preview at Wakanda Forever.
So you saw Wakanda Forever already.
Oh, you did.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. I was going to talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
Well, anyway, Devotion, dude. Navy pilots in the Korean War. It's a true story. That's about all I know about it. All I know is I want to go see it. So, booyah.
Yeah. And there aren't enough good movies about the Korean War. So, because it really is kind of like the forgotten war of the 20th century. Not much about it. But if you read about it, it's fascinating.
My grandpa was in the Korean War.
Really? Oh, interesting.
He was a flight operator or something.
Is he in the movie?
That? I don't. Yes. He's the 90-year-old in the movie.
Sweet.
Wait. He was 90? No. Anyway, off track.
No, that's cool. That's awesome. Well, so Wakanda Forever. So you actually did. When did you see that? Was it this week?
We saw it on Saturday.
Man, I wanted to go. I mean, well, okay. Actually, let me just to be fair. I wasn't sure if I wanted to see it in the theater or wait because. But anyway, go ahead.
I'm sorry. What I meant to say was I saw it from your shuttle. You accidentally piped it up here and probably didn't know about it.
I didn't do it.
Somebody did.
Are you hacking that thing?
I don't know how to hack. I am a hack. I don't know how to hack.
Right, that's what you keep saying. All right. Yeah. Well, okay. So my question was, and you can tell us if you want to give a quick little review of it. I was wondering what it was going to be like since Black Panther was not going to be in it, or at least not much, obviously, since Chadwick isn't with us anymore. So I know it's about Wakanda, but it's not about Black Panther anymore. So what'd you think? Was it worth seeing or not?
Yeah, it's worth seeing. I felt about it kind of like I did about Black Adam, to be honest. It was a good movie, but it could have been better in my opinion. Although they did a really good job at the very beginning, at the very end of the movie of commemorating Chadwick.
Good.
and it was moving. I mean, it was really well done. So
that in and of itself would cause me to want to go.
Yeah, I got a bit of a Power Rangers vibe, or maybe a Gundam vibe at near the end of the movie. And you'll see what I mean when you see it. But it wasn't the best movie. I kind of liked the other Black Panther, the movies with Chadwick as Black Panther in them better. I just thought that not because it's him, but just because the story was a little better. But it wasn't a bad movie at all. Like I said, I really place it about even par with Black Adam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
You know, I was kind of expecting that, to be completely honest, kind of more of a, well, and Black Panther to me, I enjoyed, but it was not one of my favorite Marvel movies.
Right. Me neither.
Story wise, I thought there were some really, really interesting parts to it that I loved, and some other parts that were just kind of like a little slow, not my style.
Right.
But yeah, Wakanda Forever it wasn't sucking me in, I guess. And I'm not even entirely sure why they made it. It was kind of one of those, did they need to make it? But then again, I'm still going to watch it at some point.
There were a lot of aspects of the comic books in this movie, and that seems to be a thing lately. The movie creators, like for Black Adam and for Wakanda Forever, and what's another recent example, but they seem to be focusing on being true to the comics. Black
Hawkeye.
Adam.
Well, Hawkeye too.
Yeah, so they're being true to the comics, but sometimes the comics aren't that great, or they're a little hokey, or people who aren't comic fans are going to go, that was weird.
Yeah.
But the people who are comic fans are like, oh, that's so they did that in the movie. It's from the comics. And so I don't know. There was some awkwardness going on, and I just didn't think the plot was that deep. But like I said, as a tribute to Chadwick, it was very well done.
That's cool
in that aspect. So,
well, I still feel like they're putting out too much. And I mean, I saw this with so many musicians and bands over the years. They're amazing when they get started. They get a record deal. They get pushed to push out so much content, so much music so quickly, and it goes downhill. You just can't be that creative that quickly. You know, creativity has to be inspired. I mean, you have to be able to have those moments. In fact, a lot of times you'll hear people will say, I actually have to step back and just kind of be instead of do in order for the creativity to hit. And I experience that a lot too. So
sure, that's normal.
I can imagine that you're putting out all these movies and they're fulfilling quotas rather than fulfilling creativity and inspiring moments. And I'm starting to find that I'm finding that a lot of movies and TV shows in general are just kind of getting a little bit boring. They're just not as, no,
I mean,
not always though.
Yeah,
I mean, there's some,
always.
I'm just saying I'm finding that there's, like Andor we've talked about, which we're not going to go into again, but I mean, Andor has just been so good.
When it ends, we're going to go into it, dude. And
we're gonna go into withdrawals.
I cannot stop raving about Andor.
Going to be
can't.
counseling actually afterwards.
I'm speechless how good that show is. And that's just my opinion.
Well, you haven't been able to watch it because you've been stuck in a shuttle.
Yeah. And I can't wait to get back down there. But yeah. I'm not irritated. I'm not irritated.
It's so ridiculous. All right. Avatar 2 though is coming out here in a couple weeks.
Already?
Yeah, it's December. So dude, that was a little surprised because I knew it was coming, but I didn't realize it was like, oh, hey, December. So here's my question. First of all, Caffeinatrix, did you see the first Avatar?
I think I've seen parts of it.
Okay.
My family, it was like your family either watched Avatar and loved it or you didn't watch Avatar.
Exactly.
And my family was one that didn't watch it.
Okay. No, that's fine. And I know you've seen it, Captain.
Probably a dozen times, yeah.
So
in 3D.
I did too. So this was actually, if you can believe this, Avatar was my first 3D movie. And so I'd never experienced it before. And I just kind of thought, oh, okay, whatever. And I was so distracted by it that I think that was part of the reason I didn't enjoy it as much.
Interesting.
Okay. Not that it was bad or anything. And I don't mind 3D. It's just, I wasn't used to it.
Okay.
But here's the thing. The first Avatar was a cinematic and CGI masterpiece, right? It was incredible what they did with it.
At the time, especially. I
mean,
it was
so much creativity involved with it. But the story was dances with wolves in space.
Kind of.
It's pretty much all it was.
There are definitely parallels, but
too many. It was the typical like tribal trope. Let's just go with that. They're being oppressed and then they rise up and they, fight against the machine and yada, yada, fight against the man kind of thing. It was the same kind of thing. So I was like, I wasn't that thrilled with it when I first saw it, but I will be To be fair, I will watch it again, see what I think.
Good.
As a result, though, I am only moderately excited to see the second one just because the first one for me was whatever. But what are you excited for it?
Who are you talking to?
Well, both of you. I mean, if you didn't even see the first one all the way through,
I'm
Caffeinatrix,
so excited.
you're probably not even going to go.
You know me too well.
I do have to movies anyway, I do have to mention that the first preview of the film that had that really good music.
The music was amazing.
That really hooked me. The second preview that we saw at Wakanda Forever was it was good, but it wasn't as like awe-inspiring as the first preview was. So,
yeah, I agree. I saw that in the theater and I thought,
I'm looking forward to it, but I'm a different person now than I was then. So my
you could say that again.
My the way I see certain and experience certain movies, like if I go back and watch some of the movies I was completely addicted to in the early 2000s again now, I just don't see as much of the appeal as I did back then. Just because my brain has more, I just had more experiences, and so my perception has changed because of that. And so I don't know if I'm going to like it or not. I'm a little apprehensive, to be honest, because I've had too many sequels, or I guess maybe directors like Ridley Scott, for example, just kind of tank on me, and I think it's just because their halcyon days are over, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so I'm hoping that James Cameron can pull this off and it's really good, or at least I perceive it to be really good, because it's all about perception.
Yeah.
So,
well, I still think James Cameron's fall from grace was Titanic 2. It was a really bad movie.
Dude, you saw that too?
Yeah, it was horrible.
Oh man.
Yeah. I don't recommend that one.
Let's not talk about it.
Speaking of music, you were talking about that preview though, the Avatar preview that had music in it. So I'm really quickly, I got to share a couple of things here because we haven't done music in a long time.
Do it.
So yeah, do it. 7 Lions. And now I'm a fan of these guys.
Not 6 lions.
Just make sure it's 7. Though,
not 8.
Definitely not 8. Kill the 8th one. 7 Lions and Gigi Magree.
Gigi.
Yeah, Gigi.
I love that.
Gigi Magree. Good game, Magree. Falling Fast is the name of the song, and it is really good. I've got it on repeat, actually. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so good. Sigrid. First of all, hold on. Do you like 7 Lions? Do you guys like 7 Lions? Caffeinatrix Captain, you guys like them?
I've actually heard of. I've heard of 7 Lions.
You haven't heard of them?
No, I have heard of them.
Okay.
I've just never listened to them. So
check them out. It's good. It's good.
Okay.
Some good stuff. Now, 7 Lions does a lot more of the compositional side of things and then gets guest singers. But it's fun stuff. All right, Sigrid. You guys know Sigrid?
I've heard of her as well, but probably through you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you listen to new music, Caffeinatrix, so I'm just kind of curious because I know you listen to some of the different stuff, but I'm just wondering if you've heard of Sigrid. It's okay if you haven't.
Yeah, actually, I have to admit, I haven't heard of her, but I've also been more on a podcast kick than a music kick lately. Yeah, I think it's all my road tripping, and it just makes like working go faster, or it makes the day feel faster sometimes.
Yeah.
So I haven't been finding as much new music lately as I would like.
Sure. I understand. Coffee does the same thing. It makes you do stupid things faster. But Sigrid is amazing. Everybody says they're fine. That is the name of the song, and it is a very interesting message. In fact, it's so funny that I was just having a conversation about why are we feeling like we can just like, hey, we're fine. Everything's fine. We just walk around and everything's fine, but in reality, like we're hurting, we're things suck right now, but we're not allowed to do that, of course. And especially with social media. So that's what this song's about. And I was just more listening to it because it was catchy and I was like, this is great. And then I was listening to the words and I'm going, this is a good message. So check it out. Hardkiss. That's another band. The Hardkiss is actually, I think they're Russian. Pretty sure they're Russian. And I don't know how to pronounce the name of the song. So I'm just going to put it in the playlist. Go check it out. It looks like Mark, but that's not what the word is. But anyway, I have loved their music for a long time. They did an album in English years ago, and that's how I found out about them.
Cool.
And then everything else since then has been in Russian. And so I'm just like, well, I don't have any idea how to pronounce any of this stuff. I don't know what they're singing, but it's really good. So I'm going to put all those in the TRBS 2022 mix. And oh my gosh, we're going to be wrapping that one up here soon. And then starting the 23 mix.
Already. Wow.
It's going to be real nice. Caffeinatrix, what are you nerding out on? I'm just curious. Like, you've been so quiet over there. I'm like, what's going on with you?
Yeah, is she even here?
Yeah, I've been saving up so much energy for what I'm about to say, which is...
Oh, no. Is it juicy?
Outlet stores.
Oh, yes. Dude, I love outlet stores.
Pretty juicy.
I kind of forgot about them. I forgot about the outlet stores. And then this past weekend, we went to Columbus and there was an outlet store on the way. And I was like, we have to stop. We have to stop. So we went to Nike and I would have hit more stores, but the whole outlet mall was closing early because it was a Sunday. Yeah. So I'm proud to announce that I got 3 pairs of pants for under $30.
3 pairs of Nike pants?
Yes.
Nike pants? Wait, Nike pants for $30 for 3 pairs.
That's an outlet store, man.
I got a pair of pants, a pair of leggings, and I got a pair of shorts.
Nice.
All for under $30.
That's incredible.
One of which was, I think, over $70. I couldn't see the original price, but I saw one of the markdowns was to $70. But I got it for $3 at the outlet.
That's like cheaper than you get
a bargain.
Like thrift stores, like the Goodwill, you can get a bargain that good. I don't think.
Yeah, but it's been pre-owned or pre-loved, whatever.
No, are they pre-owned?
Not at the Nike outlet.
Yeah. No, not a Nike. I'm talking about the Goodwill.
Oh, Goodwill. Yeah. Right.
I'm talking with Nike outlet.
That's
like
true,
you're getting new stuff.
I will say, I recently went thrifting as well, and I got a couple of like knee-length coats, which usually I wouldn't wear, but I was kind of feeling the vibe. And each of those were like $4, and I was blown away. I just am so excited when I get a good deal. I'm a bargain hunter.
You know, outlets.
If something else is on sale, watch out. They are.
You and my mom will get along. But what are the knee-length coats? Were they like leather, like black leather, like kind of Morpheus style or
Trinity style?
Trinity style.
There was one that's like Sherpa on the outside, and then it's suede on the inside, and then another one is like red
Sherpa.
It's kind of like a raincoat.
Oh, okay.
But I'm excited about.
I didn't know they were down to. I didn't know they skinned Sherpas these days and made coats out of them. That's news to me.
Yeah. Well, I
guess they do.
I want yak fur on the outside and silk on the inside because nothing touches my skin except silk.
Or yak.
No, yak doesn't touch my skin.
That's supposed to be good for your skin.
Outside, silk
and for your hair.
Yeah.
Remember silk shirts?
That's what they say.
Yeah,
back in the 90s.
You know what's funny? I was watching. What was it? Oh, everybody's been telling me. I never saw the show. If you can believe this, I never watched Seinfeld. And everyone's like, dude, you gotta watch Seinfeld, dude. It's so good.
Brian.
How? I know. I just never watched it. And so I'm like, all right, fine. I'm going to start watching it because it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
And I see, Jerry show up with one of those 90s silk shirts. And I'm like, oh, yeah, man, those were
jeans. Tucked into his jeans. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like all these it's funny to go back and watch shows from those decades and just seeing all the styles. And I'm like, this is hilarious.
Like man. Elaine's poofy hair in season 1. Well, pretty much all of the seasons.
It's even funny going back and looking at shows like I was watching Friday Night Lights because I'd never seen that either. And I think that took place in 2009 or something like that. And like, I was like, oh yeah, I remember that style. That wasn't that long ago.
See, everything after 2000 just kind of blends into it.
It's amazing.
It all feels like
changing.
the same. Yeah. For me.
Do you like Seinfeld, Brian? That's the real question.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It is fun. I mean, I'm not a big sitcom fan because I hate laugh tracks. So
same, but
that's
I kind of ignore
for a live
it.
studio audience.
Yeah,
it's just
I'm
like
working towards
comforting to me now.
Yeah, I'm working towards it because like that was the one thing about the Big Bang Theory that I could never finish the show because I loved the show, but that live audience and how they would have to kind of like, it's like they were performing more. Yeah, they're like, yeah, and then it's like, and I'm like, oh, it's annoying. So. I just have a hard time with that. With Seinfeld, it's more natural, which is good.
There's so much more like physical comedy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And physical acting, which I think is so fun. You don't really get that in other shows. So I don't really feel like it's overacting for the audience. I feel like that's just the character.
No, it is in Big Bang Theory, but it's not as much in Seinfeld, I noticed, which is good. And so to answer your question, yes, I'm trying to get over the laugh track thing and the live kind of thing, but it is interesting. And I can see why people say it's a genius show.
I hope you stick it out.
Understand. Oh, I will. I'm going to watch the whole thing.
All of it. It's just good from start to finish.
Do you know how many people compare the Real Brian show to Seinfeld? Everyone's like, your show is literally like Seinfeld. It's a show about nothing.
I can glom onto that. Yeah.
Yeah, but it works.
Heck yeah.
So I guess, I guess I'm Seinfeld, or
I would be George
Kramer. I might be Kramer.
You'd be Kramer. I'd be Jerry.
Yeah, or you
I
got a cherry thing.
I can't lower myself to George.
I guess
I'm
you're
sorry.
going for
Poor
the Elaine.
George.
You got to be
George.
Elaine Caffeinatrix because there really is no other
That's
main.
okay.
That's awesome. I could be the soup Nazi. That'd be great.
How do you know about the soup Nazi? That's not in season
Well,
1.
I know a lot of clips. That's the thing. Like people have it's like it's hard not to know Seinfeld.
That's a really
clips.
good. When you
Wait,
get to
you're
that
just
episode,
in
it's
season
good.
1?
I just started like, I don't know, a few weeks ago.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of watching it for fun. I'm enjoying it. It is good comedy.
Yeah, and the episodes aren't very long, so you can kind of binge it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
That's
There was
true.
I don't remember which episode I just watched recently, but I was like, oh, this is a really good one. And I was like, I enjoyed that. And then there was, of course, with every TV show, there's some phenomenal episodes and then some less than, that was pretty good, but it wasn't great. It's like The Office too. Same, or Community. It's like there's some amazing ones and then there's some, that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm excited about the outlets. You gave me an idea. I used to go to some surplus places too, which was a lot of fun, but I'm kind of like inspired. But I do need to know, speaking of fun, by the way, some fun facts about Thanksgiving because, yesterday was Thanksgiving. We're still kind of, celebrating from all the food and whatever it is you ate, or in Captain's case, he hasn't eaten in a week and he's been drinking non-alcoholic beer. So he's starving. So talk about 10 fun Thanksgiving facts or something like that. Regale us with just go, man. Just go.
So I got these from townandcountrymag.com and housebeautiful.com for those of you who like that kind of thing. Number 1, Thanksgiving leftovers led to the first ever TV dinner. Did you know that?
No.
That's
amazing.
In 1953, the food corporation Swanson, we all know, overestimated how much turkey would be consumed on Thanksgiving and had to get creative with 260 tons of leftover poultry. Using 5,000 aluminum trays and an assembly line of hand packers, they created a Thanksgiving-inspired meal with the aforementioned turkey, cornbread dressing. It literally said that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know. Gravy, peas, and sweet potatoes. The dish was sold for a grand total of 98 cents.
Whoa.
Yeah, for back then, you said whoa. And in the first full year of production, they sold 10 million of them. Birthing the prepackaged frozen meal industry. So there you go.
In Better Off Dead, when she, he's opening all those frozen meals and all, and she's like, oh yeah, it's like all the turkey free. Is that kind of where that was kind of a big deal back? That was the 80s, right? Was it 85 when that movie
and
came out?
obviously they still have frozen dinners. Like they have a whole section of every supermarket has frozen, like the health, what are they called? But
Lean Cuisines?
Yeah, Lean Cuisines. Thank you.
Okay.
But back in the 80s, they had these more generic frozen dinners, and they were like, they had this foil top, and I mean, they were really basic, and they had, remember the TV trays that you sat up, you ate on the couch watching some show, and you'd have a TV tray, and then you'd have your TV dinner on it.
Don't we still have TV trays?
That was a very common, we do. That was a very common thing back then. So I kind of grew up with that once in a while.
Interesting, dude.
Okay, number 2.
Yes.
Originally, Thanksgiving may not have been celebrated in November at all. There is not clear historical information on the actual date of the first Thanksgiving, but some historians have suggested it may have taken place in mid-October. Forgive me if I'm repeating some things that I talked about last year. President Lincoln, again, assigned the holiday to fall on the last Thursday in November, probably to coincide with the date the Pilgrims first landed the Mayflower in New England.
Okay.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, okay.
Number 3, Benjamin Franklin was very pro-turkey. It wasn't so much that Benjamin Franklin thought the bird was delicious, but more so that he admired the animal's qualities. Surprisingly, Franklin thought the turkey should be the United States official bird rather than the bald eagle.
Oh man, thank God that didn't happen.
He said, quote, "I wish the bald eagle had not been chosen as the representative of our country. He is a bird. His is a bird of bad moral character," unquote. What? I didn't know that. He once wrote that. Apparently, Franklin noted that the turkey was a, quote, much more respectable bird, unquote.
Why? Yeah. What?
I don't know. Ask Ben. Number 4, the menu for the first Thanksgiving in Plymouth in 1621, likely included lobster, seal, and swans, but not turkey.
Dude, swans and seal.
Yeah.
I have to try them next.
No, turkey did not.
Look at me, Schwan.
Turkey did not RSVP the first Thanksgiving in 1621. The feast between Pilgrims and the Wampanoag Native Americans lasted for 3 days, during which both parties contributed to the meal. Though there are few records of the actual menu, it is known that the Pilgrims hunted for local fowl, swans included, and the Wampanoag brought 5 deer. It's thought that lobster and seal were likely involved due to their availability in the area. So,
I would like to know what swan and seal taste like now.
No, don't do it, Brian.
I'm doing it. I'm going to do it.
See, I keep thinking of a kiss from a rose every time you say seal. Pumpkin pie, number 5. Pumpkin pie has been beloved for a long, long time, although it isn't America's favorite pie. Records show that people have been cooking up pumpkin pies since the mid-1600s, believe it or not. Pumpkins were likely at the first Thanksgiving, although probably not in pie form. The dessert has been an important part of Thanksgiving meals since the 1700s. One Connecticut town, and now again, they kind of been having Thanksgiving-ish things since the 1700s, but it was formally last Thursday in November in the late 1800s.
Okay.
One Connecticut town even postponed the holiday in 1705 due to a molasses shortage that prevented people from making pies. However, the American Pie Council is putting an end to the pumpkin versus apple pie debate. According to their research, apple pies are America's favorite, with pumpkin coming in second place.
Okay, so I was thinking like pecan. Some of them daggum pecan pies. I was thinking that was number 1, and then apple, then pumpkin. But I thought, everybody I know is like, I gotta get one of them daggum pecan pies.
Oh, that's too rich.
Yeah, I can't do it either, man.
Number 6, female. Guess it. Yeah. Speaking of that, female turkeys don't gobble.
Oh,
so you're not a female turkey. We humans gobble down dinner, and our feathered turkey friends just plain gobble, right? Not quite. Only male turkeys make the well-known gobble, gobble gobble sound, like that.
Yeah.
That sound has come to be associated with the holiday. In fact, male turkeys are even known as gobblers, unquote.
Okay.
Females make other noises such as purring and cackling.
Is it like that?
No. Number 7, the day after Thanksgiving is especially busy for plumbers and their cracks. This sounds like the beginning of a crude joke. But it's true. According to plumbing company Roto-Rooter, the day after Thanksgiving is, quote, far and away the busiest day of the year. The company warns to be extra careful with turkey grease, potato peels, rice, and stuffing, as they are sure to clog your drain and overwork your garbage disposal.
You're not supposed to dump food down your sink, guys.
This is a PSA.
You're not supposed to do it.
No, do it. Number 8. Don't fall asleep. Butterball has had a turkey talk line.
Who are you calling Butterball?
Get this. They've had a turkey talk line open for nearly 40 years. If you find yourself with a million questions about cooking your turkey and Google is too overwhelming, reach for the phone, because the Butterball Turkey Talk line is real and there to help you.
Wow. So cooking turkeys is what the line's for. I was thinking of something completely different.
Although I'd love to listen in on that talk line sometime.
Calling into Butterball and saying, I've got a problem with my turkey. He seems to be, go ahead.
I didn't buy it as a Butterball either. Open to U.S. and Canadian homes every November and December. The unique hotline, which first opened in 1981, is also available to take questions through online chat and email. Plus, there are Spanish-speaking experts. So, habla español. Each year, Butterball experts answer more than 100,000 questions for thousands of households.
All your cooking and basting.
I can't believe that many people know there's a Butterball talk line.
Yeah.
Number 9, President Calvin Coolidge was the first to pardon a raccoon in relation to Thanksgiving.
That's
weird.
That's good. It's a superhero moment.
Yes, you heard that right. In November of 1926, President Calvin Coolidge was gifted a live raccoon intended to be his Thanksgiving dinner. He wasn't super into the idea of eating a raccoon, so he decided to keep it as a pet instead. This wasn't unusual because as the president and first lady Grace Coolidge were known to be animal lovers, they were often randomly sent pets, including ones on the unconventional side, such as a bear and lion cubs.
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that interesting?
See, we're talking about pets and I don't know, a parrot's going to be too much work, but a bear and a lion cub, now that's a pet.
Lion cubs will be so much fun when they're cubs.
Totally. A lot easier than a parrot.
Number 10. Drum roll, please. The turkey bird is actually linked to the country of Turkey.
No way.
I've wondered this all my life.
Oh.
But I've never bothered looking it up until now. If you've ever wondered which came first, the bird or the country, we have a definitive answer. The turkey bird got its name from the country due to a case of mistaken identity. By the way, I didn't vet all this stuff. This could all be not true. During the Ottoman Empire, guinea fowl were exported from East Africa via Turkey to Europe. And I think guinea fowl are smaller birds. And Europeans started calling the birds turkey cocks or turkey hens due to the trade route. So when Europeans first sailed to North America and discovered birds that looked similar to guinea fowl, they started calling them turkeys. Isn't that neat?
Fascinating.
Wow. So I hope you all learned some things, because I learned a bunch of stuff during this.
That was crazy.
Yeah. So
I especially like eating a
the
raccoon.
more you know.
That's going to be my next. Okay, so I'm going to do swan, raccoon, and seal. Those are the 3 I'm going to eat next.
Good luck. And let us know how it goes. Oh, frog legs. We already know those are good.
I know, but I still haven't had any yet. So rattlesnake would be up there too.
That was good too.
Yeah. What are you going to eat, Caffeinatrix? What kind of crazy thing you going to eat?
Not squid steak.
Dude, it was so good.
Steak.
Oh, you guys are missing out, man. Squid steak.
Oh, man.
Squid ink. We need to actually find out the origin of squid ink, because...
Oh, it's from squids.
Well, I know that, but I'm like, why? So they cook with it, and I don't know why you cook with squid ink, and it doesn't make any sense.
To make things dark, I think it's like a food coloring.
But why squid ink
Like a dye?
versus something else?
People
is
are
it
weird.
Safe? Is it safe? I mean, I don't know.
Is it secret?
Probably. If you can eat a squid,
Well, that's true. Squids
you can
are
probably
fantastic.
eat the ink.
Raccoons are fantastic too. A little greasy from what I've heard, but no, I'm excited. Man, okay. Now I understand, Caffeinatrix, so you have a superhero moment to share. This would be a great way to kind of wrap up our thankful episode.
Indeed.
Oh, that's so nice. Okay, well, it's really short. So there's this super big grocery store here. I don't know if it's just in Cincinnati or if it's like a Midwest thing. Not sure, but it's called Jungle Gyms. And it's this huge warehouse. It's like basically a world market without the furniture, but like times 10.
Oh, wow.
And it's like separated into sections for different countries like Italy,
Interesting.
Japan, whatever. And it's organized all of their food. And so I was at Jungle Gyms and I was getting some mushrooms. We're doing a loaded ramen for dinner.
Nice.
And usually when I don't have to get that much stuff, I'll just carry it around because I don't like touching carts and baskets. It's just a breeding ground for germs.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I try
hear
not
you.
to.
Totally.
And that's why at the entrance you use the wipes or and then
wipes.
you wipe it on your handle of the car. I do that every
Then
time. But way before COVID, I was doing that. Yeah.
Lick it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
same. So, or usually I'll bring my own bag and then I'll fill the bag as like my basket.
Good idea.
But anyways, this time I was just carrying my stuff around. And I had picked up my ramen and my mushrooms, and I was only carrying like those two things. I wasn't about to drop anything. And I went into the drink aisle because I wanted to look for some guava juice, as you do, some Pog.
Oh, yeah.
And I was standing there looking at the drinks, and this guy who worked there came to restock the shelves or something. And I kind of saw him out of the corner of my eye, but I was like, whatever, I'm looking for my Paso Guava. And then he came back and he brought me like this little gift bag, like you would give someone a gift in on their birthday.
Really?
And opened it up for me so I could put my stuff in it and carry it around the store. I just thought that was so kind.
cool.
And I was like, wow, thank you so much. I didn't need it. It wasn't like I was about to drop all my stuff, but he was just doing it to be nice. He saw that I didn't have a basket, and so he brought it to me, and I thought that was so kind of him. So,
that's neat.
Very good.
yeah.
Thanks for sharing that.
We like
I
that.
love good superhero moments.
Yeah. And they're easy. I mean, just simple things
Yeah.
like that. It just
really is.
feels good. Yeah.
Thanks for sharing it. Keep sharing them. And by the way, keep looking for them too. You know, if you're, everyone's like, I want to hear more superhero moments. Go be one. Go be a superhero. Share some
Make
of your
your
own
own.
superhero moments so that we have more to talk about. But observe him. You know, I was thinking about this, Captain, and Caffeine. Actually, both of you guys. I was thinking about this, that we should pick a note, whatever you like to write notes down on. I don't care. Pick whatever it is. But we should start, you know, as we're just kind of going throughout the day, be paying attention for moments like this, or, you know, fun little like stories to share or whatever. Write them down. Make sure because, you know, sometimes it's easy to just kind of pass right through those and then you forget about them.
Right.
And you're going, wow, I remember something happened, but I don't remember what it was now. So just start immediately. Oh, I got to write this down. I'm going to share it later. These are special moments.
Good idea.
These are precious moments.
Deep Thoughts with Captain Influence.
I never eat DV dinners because a certain ZZ Top video made me fear them for the rest of my life.
Yeah. You know what the music means. Thanks for joining us. Thank you. I mean, really, happy Thanksgiving, happy Black Friday, happy entrance into the Christmas season, happy Friday, happy whatever. I don't know. Pick your fun poison. Happy poison. Pick your poison.
Get me down from here, please.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Hopefully you can get home someday soon. And thank you all for joining us. And thank you 3, 2, whatever for being with us. Real Brian Show, signing off.
The Real Brian Show is a production of 514 Media at 514mediaempire.com.